In this video, we're lifting up this oak tree so you can see the house a little bit better. I want to say we did this maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and it looked nice then, but you know, of course, oak trees grow a ton, so it's time to do it again. We're using the Toro 60-volt power base with their pole saw attachment. I'm a pretty big fan of power base style machines, so like an Echo PAS, a steel combi system. Basically, it's a power head that's split in half, and then you can buy attachments for hedge trimmers, pole saws, string trimmers, edgers, so just that one power base will power all those different attachments. On a gas model, that's nice because you don't have to worry about the maintenance of all those different pieces of equipment. And if you only use something once in a while, you don't have to spend $300, $400, $500 on a motorized version. You just need to spend $100 or $200 on the attachment. I want to say this pole saw attachment's like $100. I'm running it with a 2.5 amp hour battery. It had more than enough battery to get through this entire job, which is a pretty small one. Like I said, all we were doing was lifting everything up and leaving it at the street for city pickup. Now, this is a residential model, so I have noticed that the bar, the chain, they tend to slip a lot. It could be because I'm not tightening something down right, but you know, I've ran other chainsaws and pole saws before that haven't done the same thing, so take it with a grain of salt. There might be something I'm missing, but after, you know, 10-15 minutes of usage, I usually have to tighten it back up. The chain has gotten loose to where it impacts the cutting, so that's really the only negative thing. But for its convenience, it's 5 or 6 feet tall, so it's got, you know, not great reach, but it's decent for a little job like this. For its convenience, I definitely think it's worth it. Especially beats having to get a chainsaw and lift that up because that's heavier, or dealing with a gas pole saw. The only gas pole saw I have anymore is an Echo PAS, not a PAS, it's an Echo PPT 2620, I think. I might have got that acronym wrong. But anyways, I put a 4-foot extension on it, so that thing is like, I think it's like 12 feet long without me even extending it, and then it goes up to 16 feet. So it's just a lot bigger than I need for this job. So having a pole saw lets me get a little bit more distance without having to worry about getting on a ladder and, you know, lifting up a chainsaw or anything like that. On the subject of pole saws, I've always been a fan of pole saws because they keep me further away from the cutting instrument. They keep me further away, in most cases, from the wood that's actually being cut. So especially if it's a limb that's coming down out of a tree, that makes it a little bit safer. You've got some more options as far as where you're cutting or where things are going to fall. So I always like using a pole saw if I can help it versus a chainsaw. Now, while most of this is just going to the city dump, these larger sections I am saving for firewood. It's not a lot of firewood. It's probably going to be like, you know, 2 burn sessions. But we did put in a fire pit recently in the backyard, so I've been trying to save and conserve trees and wood where I can. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a tree hugger by any stretch of the imagination, but if I can avoid wasting something, I might as well do that. So like I said, everything gets stacked up here at this street for city pickup on this kind of job. They'll take that away. And that's it for another 2-3 years. Hopefully we can get it done a little bit sooner next time so it's not quite as overgrown. But that's it for this job. Here's your before and afters. Thanks so much for watching.